folks, this is Susie Meadows, and I want to talk about ink today. Several of you that are just getting started, you've asked me what colors of ink should I get because there's so many. Because if you look in the annual catalog of Stampin' Up's catalog, you'll find you have 52 choices of colors. There are different families such as subtles, regals, um, your you've got your basics here, you have your brights, you have your neutrals. So you have 52 choices. So what I have found is I've been stamping for several years, and but when I started out, I started with black and maybe just a couple colors. Now, as you look to show you how to sort of explain the book here, the catalog, in each color family, in color is colors that come out every year. They're only around for a couple years. And so if we look at these new ones here, you have 5 options. So if we look at the cinnamon cider, you have an option of you can purchase, if you want the cardstock that coordinates exactly with it, you can get 24 sheets for $8.75. You can get the ink pad for $7.50. And this is what an ink pad looks like. The way to get into it is you open it like a compact. So at this end here, you just open it, and then you just slide it in. And so you've got your ink pad to use. And when you're done, you just pull, and you can see I put my color swatch in here to know what colors, in case I have a whole bunch of pads open. And then, did you hear that click? You want to make sure it clicks. So when you get your ink pad, if you flip it on the back, you'll have something like this. And these are in yellow. One says the color, which was Bumblebee. The other is in another language, and it is, there you go. I'm not sure what language that is. But I like to put one of them. This is the side in my rack, so I see what color it is, but yet I have it on the other side so I can recognize the color. And then there's a third place, and that's where I put it on the inside, this little groove in here. So when my ink pad is open, I know what color I have. So, but getting back to this, if you, this is the full-size ink pad, and it's $7.50. But if you look right underneath here is, oops, let me scoot this up here. You can get ink refill for $3.75. And this is what I did when I started out. I would purchase a ink fill, and I would get an ink spot, and I would make my own ink pad. And to do that, so I'm going to show you how to do that. But you can come over here, which is on page 147. And you can see Stampin' Up! This year has an option where you can purchase some ink spots already put together. You can get 8 colors for $24. And this is a really nice starter pack. You've got the basic gray, which is another, for me, a go-to color of my sentiments. I'll use black or basic gray if I want it just a little softer. And but here you've got your some colors. So let's say you want flowers. You've got your pinks, yellows, and red, purple. Foliage, you've got your granny apple green, your shaded spruce, and you have your Bermuda Bay that's great for sky or water, or I mean, it can be stamped off and used for flowers too. So you've got a nice range of colors to use. And this is what it looks like. You get your 8 colors, and it comes in a package like this. So that's one choice if you would like to have them already ready for you. But now the other option is, if you look up here on number 18, these are the uninked Stampin' Spots. You get 5 of them for $9. And I'm going to show you how to use those. So this is what they are. You get 5 of them for $9. And so I have already pulled one out. And as you pull it out, you'll notice it just opens up and it's totally white. Now I want to show you, here is the before. Here is an after. This is one that I've used with Night of Navy. And to help identify, I just take a circle punch and I punch some navy cardstock, put one on the top, I put one on the bottom, and I even put the name in case, I don't know, I can't figure out sometimes, I reckon. Try to make it easy for myself. So this is the after. This is the before. And this is the re-inker. This is an example. This is the pumpkin pie. There are a lot of uses for the re-inkers, not only filling your pads, whether they are the full-size pads or the ink spots. But you can also watercolor with them. You can dye your ribbons. So whenever I buy a pad of ink pad, I make sure I buy the refill. Because if you don't have the refill and your ink pad goes dry, then you're just sort of out of luck. So, so to show you how to do this, I thought I would use the Memento Black to do this. I always like to shake it up. I make sure I do it over a surface that it will catch in case I drip anything. So, and I just pull it out and I just start putting it on. And when it goes on, you probably can't see, but it's just the liquid and it's just coming out. You can see how fast it's soaking it up. Now, if you look at that, there's still a lot of white. All of this is white. That's all my pad. So I can stop here and I just have a nice little ink on the top, but I want to be able to use this quite often. And so I'm going to continue putting more in there. And what it's doing, it's starting to go down further and fill that whole linen pad. And so I'm just pressing. Now, as you're putting it on, and let's say the ink just sits on the top, then that means that area is saturated. You see how this is down even further? I'm just about to where I want to be. Oh, now that's a good example. Right there, I'm all the way down. So I just keep going like that until I fill it. So that is how easy it is to fill an ink spot. And see, this is why I have something plastic underneath there, because otherwise I'd have that on my work surface. Make sure my hands, okay, I'm good. Now, like I said, I will just use a circle punch. I'll do a circle punch of black paper, put that on top, put it on bottom, and I'll probably even put the name there. Now, when I store my ink pads, I store them top down. And the reason is I want the ink to stay at this surface rather than clear down here at the bottom. Because when I ink this up, I want the ink on the surface. So I store mine upside down. That's another reason I have the name on the back. So, but that's just a quick way. I wanted to show you how to fill your ink pads. Give me a holler if you got any questions.